Aloha. Welcome to the Aloha Clean Pro Supply stain removal class. Stain is something on fabric, in this case, or carpet, that cannot be removed with normal cleaning processes. That is a stain. Hopefully we can show you how to remove those things that don't come out during the normal cleaning process. There's basically two main categories of stains or types. There are things that stick to the fibers from the outside, like gum or graphite or toner, which stick to the outsides of the fibers. They're not bonding with the fiber chemically. And then we have things like Kool-Aid or coffee or juices, which actually go down inside and get inside the fibers and interact with the chemistry of the carpet fiber. And those have to be removed in a different way. So we're going to have basically four categories of types of stains, and there are distinct ways of cleaning them. And so it's important whenever possible to determine what type of material you're dealing with. The four types are synthetic, you have your organic stain, petroleum-based stains, and then your biological and your protein stain. And then there's, of course, that mystery fifth category of stain is the, what the heck is that? That's our categories. Then we have the tools of the trade. What we have here is, we have our red relief, which is for our synthetic stains. We have rust away, ink out, and then this is our stain magic, which is our organic stains. Now, some of these we use in different ways. Synthetic food dye stains, which would be your cough syrups, your Kool-Aid. You have your organic stains, coffee, tea, mustard, ketchup, spaghetti sauce. And some of these can be a little confusing because like Prego spaghetti sauce has red dye number 40 in it, so you actually have a mixed stain. Your protein stains, which are your urine and things of that nature. We also have either a bone scraper or a carpet shark, or in this case a spatula, because we don't want to be sticking our fingers into these solutions necessarily. We also have the quick reference guide, which we provide so that when you forget all of this, you can pick those up and look and see what we're doing. We're going to start off first by dealing with our synthetic food stains. The infamous Kool-Aid stain, which almost no one can get out. More replaced carpets because of Kool-Aid stain than almost anything else besides bleach spots, which we'll cover in another class. Process for removing this is red one, small measuring cup, 1 part A, 1 part B, equal part. This is a 2-part solution which must be mixed to order. It loses its potency in about an hour, so you need to use it as soon as you make it. And you want to apply this evenly across your whole stain. When we're working with this, usually you have to wait till you apply the heat, but if you look closely, you can see how it's changing slightly to a yellow color. That means the chemical is actually working to chemically change the dye structure so it no longer is visible. Can anybody else see it turning yellow instead of pink?
And you're rubbing it in with the...
We're rubbing it in. What we want to do, the rubbing isn't what works it, but the rubbing is allowing the chemical to interact with the individual fibers. Okay, once we've got this in, we're going to take our rag. This is just a regular terry cloth towel. We've soaked this in water. And the right amount of water here is vitally important. If you have too little water in a terry cloth towel, it won't make enough steam and you could burn your carpet. Change the texture of the carpet. Too much water and you're going to cool your iron off and you're not going to get a proper level of steam. Now you can see this is already reacting because it's a fresh Kool-Aid stain. It's almost gone now. It's turned yellow. Can you see it? I have a very light iron here, so I'm using a single layer. Normally with a heavier iron I would use 2 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, again, it has transformed the red into yellow. That means the process is working. If you look closely, I didn't get enough out here to the edge, so there wasn't enough chemical to work and it hasn't reacted. Always want to change to a fresh piece of your towel. And again, if you have your glove on at this point, one of the tricks that's not in the manual is to take this while it's still hot and agitate and move your chemical around a little bit, and oftentimes that's enough to get your final color change. For more stubborn, very old stains that have been there a long time, been through several cleanings by other cleaners, you can go up to 15 seconds if necessary. And if you'll look closely here, we have now achieved the original color of the carpet. It is gone. So. Now it's very important to use your fiber identification, which we won't be covering in this class, but it will be in our next class, to make sure you're not applying this to a wool carpet. The wool, this is not safe process for wool. There is a red relief for wool, but it's a slightly different process and very important that you follow that exactly. Wool is much more sensitive to heat and to chemicals. And again, it's important to have enough of the chemical to react with all of the dye present, because your dyes usually on a stain like this have gone all the way to the backing of the carpet or even through the backing of the carpet.
It went through yesterday.
So it's important that you interact with all this, otherwise the hint of the stain will reappear after cleaning and drying, and you'll have a small amount of color left over when you thought you got it all. And again, what we're doing with this process is we're chemically changing the color of the dye. We're not removing it. As you see, we have it extracted. The dye has not gone anywhere. We're just chemically changing the dye so that it's no longer visible.
Oh.
Kind of like disappearing ink or magic, depending on how you like to look at it. Okay, Losa, come. What you want to do is you want to line this up so you know exactly where your stain is, and then place your iron carefully right here, so it's going to apply heat to that area. Then lift it up.
Oh.
Okay. Start again one more time with a fresh towel.
The web carpet is one.
Here, please. Slide, yeah. Go ahead and go 15 seconds, because 10 wasn't quite long enough on the last one. Okay, and beautiful. Okay, we're going to go ahead and apply it one more time here, at the bottom here.
You cannot do that, Eli, okay?
What's that? Pour it on like that?
Pour it on
Yeah.
like you do.
You can. If there's a large area, I'm missing my sprayer. I had a sprayer out. I was telling Helene before the class that if I have a large area, I will mix it in a small bottle and then spray it over there. You'd go nuts doing this. The idea is not. But see how when we put more reagent, reactant, it did a much better job than when we just fiddled
Yeah.
around. Okay, we can unplug the iron now. Tobin, please turn on the machine and we'll extract this. Frequently, you'll need to do this one more time, even twice, to get the residual color out. But you've seen the process, it's exactly the same. Very important if you're going to Tobin, go ahead. very important if you're going to be reapplying that you dry the carpet very, very well before you apply more chemical. Otherwise, it won't be able to get into the fibers and do what it needs to do. But as you can see, our stain is just about gone.
Good job, Durham.